right, hi everybody. Welcome from our side to Advance's International Women's Day anniversary event. It's so wonderful to see so many people here. I mean, full house, that's amazing. And of course, familiar faces, new faces, so all welcome, and a special welcome, of course, to our online audience that is joining us. We can't see you, but we know you're out there, and we're happy that you are. I'm Ana Maria Montero, and it is my absolute pleasure to be back here again as your co-host, this time in person, so not through a camera, which I absolutely love. And as you will see, also again this year, in very good company.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Peter Dügerli. I live in Zurich with two sons, and I'm a journalist. I had the privilege that I was in the United States during 6 years, between 2015 and 21, and we all know it was the time, you could say the crazy times or the weird times of Donald Trump. And I learned everything about Donald Trump, and I also learned a lot about his views about gender diversity and equality. And I don't know, I'll kiss this. That's probably why I qualified to be here as a co-moderator. No, joking aside, I would just like to briefly introduce the event, the topics. I went a little bit into the archive, and it came to my mind that in the United States, a lot of people talk about this woman, Belva Ann Lockwood. She was actually the first female lawyer, one of the first in the United States. She was allowed to argue one of the first cases by a female lawyer in front of the Supreme Court, and she actually prepared legislation. Guess for what? For equal pay, for equal work, for government employees. Now, when was that? 50 years ago? 100 years ago? More and less, you get the prize. More or less 150 years ago. So we have come a long way, and if we believe this guy, who we show here next, then it's going to take a long time. So it was just the other day that the Secretary General of the UN warned gender equality will take 300 years to achieve. Obviously, he's alluding to different countries in different ways. We know that. It's not like the same thing in Afghanistan and in Switzerland. So representing the UN, he has to be quite diverse with that. But I think it justifies that we talk about our motto today, stronger when equal. Going to talk about how we can reach equality financially, in terms of family care, in terms of career. We're going to have a terrific panel in the second part. We're going to have three really amazing speakers this afternoon, and we're going to have you as an audience. You are going to be able to ask some questions, and the online viewers, you can ask questions by filling in the chat form. So, Ana Maria, there's a lot we can listen to, a lot to hear, but I guess there's also something to see this year, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. And we call them the Advent scenes, the gem of this year's celebration. Gems, I should say. Now, I don't know, you must have seen her on the way in, unless you were rushing in and didn't have a chance, but we've got one of them just outside the door in the main foyer. And her name is Denkmal, and she's by Elizabeth Eberly and Ruth Righetti, and she's one of 30 sculptures that make up this year's exhibition. And, you know, it was really an interesting process, because they put out an open call, Advance put out an open call, and over 100 applicants sent in their ideas on how to use this 2-meter statue, because they're life-size, well, very tall, life-size, 2-meter statues to tackle a theme, debunk a myth, raise awareness, and got in so many incredible ideas that I know the independent jury that selected them had a hard time, but they did in fact select 30 that are now, as the ladies mentioned earlier, being exhibited at the Hauptbahnhof in Zurich. I saw it this morning. Who was there this morning? Very nice. So you saw, it's fantastic, right? I mean, I have to say, I was really blown away. And you can't miss it. It's in the main hall of the main station. So if you go by there, please have a look. It's interactive. It's absolutely fantastic and has some really amazing messages. And we'll be there for the next 2 weeks, so you have some time. But it won't be the only time you can see them, because afterwards, in about 2 weeks, they will all be moving to their new homes. And this process was also quite beautiful, because each of the statues was effectively adopted by a business or a company here in Switzerland, and they are going to be taking them to their offices, to their buildings, to their grounds, and will be displaying them. I mean, how wonderful is that, right? So they will be finding their new homes in different places. So if you frequent, I don't know, offices of IKEA or Swiss Re or UBS or, the 30-odd other sponsors involved, and you will have the opportunity to continue to see them. And again, just very important to know is that the works were not commissioned by the sponsors, by the way. It was the other way around. So the works were created, and then the sponsors went in and said, okay, this is the one that we want to take home. This is the one that we identify with. All right, now, in order to bring this exhibition into the room, as we are not in the Hauptbahnhof right now, Daniela Hediger, she's curator of the exhibition, made videos of some of the sculptures that we're going to be highlighting throughout the event. And I think we're going to do that starting right now. So let's go ahead and meet our first Advent scene. These kinds of events, as you can imagine, not only putting together International Women's Day, but also the 10-year anniversary, are tremendous and require lots of effort from lots of different people. But there is one woman in particular without whom this event would not have been able to take place, and we're going to meet her now. Lena Schwartzman, come on over. So good to see you. You know, this event has been a culmination of months of preparation. What is going through your head right now that it is actually happening?
Well, actually not much anymore. I pulled all my thoughts and my energy in that project, and I'm super excited. I'm very proud that finally it's happening. So, yeah, a lot of excitement. Yeah.
And again, these kinds of things always come with challenges, right? There's a lot of learning, a lot of challenges. What would be, if you could, what comes top of mind maybe in terms of the biggest learning?
Well, one challenge was for sure to combine these very different worlds, the corporate world and the art world, because they are very different, and it was super interesting to see how we managed to convince both worlds, because we are in here for the same cause. So just with different instruments. So the artists, they work much more with emotions and storytelling and putting their stories into their art piece, into the Advent scene. And then the corporate world, who comes much more with facts and figures and structures, processes, etc. But I think we managed to really combine those superpowers, and yeah, I'm very proud, because I think both sides realize that we are in the same boat for the same cause. So yeah, that was for sure one challenge.
And it's fantastic. It really is. I don't get tired of saying it. It's really fantastic. And the fact that I just wonder if, knowing today, I mean, if you knew then, excuse me, what you know now about putting this together, would you do it again?
Yes, for sure. No, it's too exciting. I mean, a lot of learnings, but yes, for sure.
Wonderful. We'll look forward to it. I'll hold you to it. Let's see, in 10 years.
Yes.
10 years to recuperate, but...
Yes. Well, we'll see what we're going to put then together.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lena. All right, the show seems like it's going to get restarted very soon, but we can't wrap it up without talking to one of the women who's also been instrumental in getting the voice out, not only about Advance, but about this event in particular. Come on over. Anastando, come on over. So good to see you. Getting the word out, making noise, not only in media is important, but especially these days in social media. And you've been really curating that Insta account. Tell me about some of the stories you've heard. What stands out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it has been fantastic to be part of this event and to share what is happening, what is it that we are preparing. And at Advance, we decided to share with the audience really the entire journey. So from the concept, from the moment that we had the idea to create this amazing art exhibition and this event today, till from the concept, from the idea to the finished product. And what I've seen on Instagram that people really loved following this journey along, and it has been really fun to take people on the journey with us, to grow in excitement, and then to have this culmination today, have this energy. This has been a lot of fun.
I can only imagine. And now, when people go to the exhibit, hashtag, right?
Yes, hashtag for sure. So our hashtag is stronger when equal. And you can see all the behind the scenes on our account, which is called We Advance. We would love to see you there. Make sure you tag us your impressions from your visit at the event here or at the art exhibition. We'll be happy to share. And I've already seen a lot of people saying that they're really happy to see this kind of event, that conversation happening in Switzerland.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Anna. And I will be there. I will be taking my daughters and tagging. All right, thank you. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, the show is going to get restarted very shortly in the main auditorium with my co-host, Peter Dugeli. So I now say goodbye to you and hand it back over to him for the remainder of our program. Enjoy.